Hello my friends, I'm Bee and this is Bee's Intuition, and today we're going to do a reading all about blockages. So blockages that are happening to you directly, affecting you, or it could be people around you that are experiencing blockages that are in relation to you. Alright, so let's just get into it, right? Okay. Let's just dive right in. Please and thank you, Spirit. What do you got for the collective today? What's going on in terms of blockages? For the collective, people around the collective, please and thank you. Okay, so it's trying to tell me a story because quite a bit is trying to come out. Oh, very interesting. Ooh. This is interesting, you guys. Okay, I'm just arrange it in a way that makes sense to me. All right, let's start with the first one that came out, the Tower card. Okay. Second one, the Magician. The Five of Cups actually came out with the Sun card. So that is a very interesting combination of cards right there. And then we got the Eight of Cups, Seven of Cups. I don't know why I said eight. Seven of Cups, the Judgment card, the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Empress card. All right. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. I'm sorry for the noises outside, but it's rainy and I feel like it always exacerbates the noises outside when it rains. Anyways, okay, so starting off with that Tower card, there is something in your life that potentially needs to be broken down right now so that it can be rebuilt. And that may be something that's very scary to you. The Magician card, maybe this has something to do with manifestations. So maybe some sort of manifestation that you've been working on has not been working out the way that you have wanted it to. You may be feeling kind of hopeless or pessimistic, especially when it comes to love in your life currently. And maybe you feel like happiness is sort of out of reach for you for some reason during this time. Maybe you feel like there's a lack of options in terms of your life goals, life paths, or in terms of your romantic offers. You may feel a need to move into a new phase of your life. And this could be determined by some major judgments that you're making in this time, or that you're being called to make during this time. You may also feel like a sense of lack when it comes around finances. Maybe you want this Ten of Pentacles, but it feels out of reach for some reason for you. Also, the Six of Pentacles is indicating to me that this could be a blockage of like receiving. Maybe you don't receive enough and you feel like you're worthy of that, you know, and that's totally valid. The Empress card. So maybe you're feeling like it's almost like this is you. You are the Empress. You know, you're very powerful, very strong, very capable. But at the same time, maybe you don't feel it at the same time. Maybe there's something there in terms of feeling this powerful energy that you embody. Okay, so let's start clarifying. Oh, also at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you want a new start here, a new start in stability or building something here. And maybe you feel like that's being blocked for you as well during this time. Okay, so let's start clarifying, starting with that Tower card, please and thank you. What's going on with that Tower card, please and thank you. One just fell off the table. I will grab that after I do this first shuffle. Okay. Excusez-moi. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So clarifying the Tower card is the Queen of Pentacles. The Sun card came out for a second time. Interesting. And the Six of Swords. So this Tower card is related to your stability and your happiness. I feel like you have to prioritize those two things during this time and move away from things that are actively blocking your prosperity, your stability, your abundance, as well as your happiness. If there's people, mindsets, or ideas that are just like controlling you in that way, keeping you held back or feeling that sense of being held back, it's really telling me that you need to prioritize yourself, your own happiness, your own stability, and move away from the things that are draining you. And it may cause this tower moment, but it feels like a very necessary tower moment in your life. And even if a tower moment feels really scary when you're experiencing it firsthand, sometimes those scary tower moments can actually be very beneficial to us later down the road. And so sometimes we don't see the full impact of it until we look at it in hindsight after it has happened. So it could cause a little bit of conflict. It could cause a little bit of, heightened emotions, but I feel like it's ultimately for what's best. Okay, let's go and clarify the Magician. Also, before I do that, the Page of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, so I'm taking the bottom of the deck to be sort of like advice. And so I feel like Spirit wants you to maintain your youthful optimism, just keep an optimistic light about your life and the path you're going down, and it seems like good things will accumulate through that process. Like I'm getting like a snowball sort of image in my head, like rolling down. You take a snowball, you roll it down the hill, and it gets bigger, Okay, so let's clarify the Magician card, please and thank you. What's going on with that Magician card for the collective, please and thank you. Anything else for the Magician? Oh, got one. Anything else for that Magician card, please and thank you. Anything else, please and thank you. Okay, thank you. Alrighty. Alright, so clarifying the Magician, 9 of Swords. So overthinking, losing sleep, anxiety, fear. Queen of Cups, a loving energy. Ace of Cups, so this is also a very loving energy, but I sometimes take this as more of like a self-love card. So you may be drawn to practicing some more self-love. The King of Wands came out in this direction, so it's seeming to be holding somebody back here. It's very interesting to see this 9 of Swords up against the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So it's like almost like you're surrounded by love, but you don't see it. You may be stuck a little bit too much in your mind at this time and you're not seeing the love that surrounds you. I feel like you have a good support system and you have like this loving energy within yourself, but it's almost like it needs to be tapped into a little bit more. With this King of Wands energy coming out in this direction really tells me that this energy of the King of Wands is holding you back in some way. And so the King of Wands upright is a very confident person, right? And somebody that is like passionate, fiery, like a go-getter attitude. And so maybe you feel like you're not in that energy currently. Maybe you're not feeling super confident. Maybe you're not feeling like super energized or super like motivated during this time. And so that could also be playing a part into like why you're feeling like these anxieties, these fears, and not feeling that love that surrounds you. And so it seems like there is like this need to find that confidence within you again, find that love within you again. It's like tapping back into who you are is what I'm getting from that. Okay, clarify this 5 of Cups, please and thank you. What's going on with that, please and thank you. 5 of Cups, please and thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Oh my goodness, yeah. It's telling me a story here. Okay, got it. I think so. Very interesting energy so far for this reading. So clarifying the Five of Cups, which is a card about, you know, sadness. I sometimes take it as like more of like a depression or pessimism sort of mindset, especially when it comes to love. The Emperor card came out upright, and if you remember earlier, we got the, I'm having a hard time grabbing onto these cards today, I don't know why. The Empress card came out, so this could be a divine match here for you. But it seems like you're disappointed with this energy, this divine match of some sort for you. These two cards came out in this direction, so it's propelling you forward. And we got the Six of Cups coming out in this direction. We got the Ten of Swords coming out in this direction. And so the Six of Cups is typically associated with like past energies in your life. So this could even be somebody that you were friends with, somebody that you've had some good memories with. Okay, somebody, because there is an aspect of this card about protection, and so I wonder if like maybe this person made you feel protected to some degree. But it seems like this energy is bringing you forward and in a good way. You know, it's something that is propelling you forward. So maybe you'll be like more motivated when it comes to thinking back on your past. Something from your past could be helping you move forward during this time, whether that's a person or a mindset or energy. The Ten of Swords is all about like, you know, being at your rock bottom, and you know, the worst is over with this card. And especially because it came out in this direction, it's telling me that it's propelling you forward. I feel like it's more of like an optimistic sort of look at this card, which is like the sunrise in the background. Like it looks super bleak in the forefront here, but in the background you can see that the sun is rising again. So there's going to be a new dawn, a new day. And so maybe there's almost like this energy of waiting for this dark time to pass and knowing that better lies ahead. The Two of Pentacles came out in this direction, so that's telling me that that energy is kind of holding you back. You may feel a sense of being in balance during this time. Maybe you're struggling, kind of juggling everything, balancing everything in your life. Maybe you feel very overwhelmed. You know, that's totally valid. You know, we always have stuff on our plate that is overwhelming for us, you know. We also got the Five of Swords. These all came out upright. The Hanged Man. And we're still clarifying the Five of Cups, by the way. The Knight of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Okay, so it's telling me a little bit of a story here. The Five of Swords is about, like, I always say it's kind of like a bullying energy. It's somebody that really wants to win no matter what the cost is to others. Kind of selfish energy, you know, just being mean for almost no reason. You know, it's like, it's not good enough to win. Like, he wants to feel like he's beaten others at the game. Like, it's not even about his success, it's about others losing almost, you know? And so that could be an energy that you have in your life right now, whether that is, you know, somebody currently in your life, you know, being mean to you in that way. Or it could be somebody from your past who's, you know, when we are bullied from people, they leave a lingering mark in the back of our minds, right? You know, so that could be something that's coming up right now, maybe a triggering of past traumas, and that could be something that you're reliving right now. I'm almost seeing this as, this is weird because I'm almost getting this as somebody else's story. Because, like, after the Five of Swords is the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is about finding a new perspective of things, right? And so if it's a new perspective of things, it's almost like, what if it's this person that was mean to you finding a different perspective, a more enlightened, more divine, more spiritually healthy perspective, seeing things from a new point of view, pausing to reflect on what they've done. I'm almost getting it as that kind of energy. Like, this is somebody that may have been really mean to you in the past, but it's like they've had this spiritual enlightenment and this time of like cleansing their soul, almost, is what I'm getting. And then like the Knight of Wands follows that. So it's like maybe this person is not afraid to go forward to either communicate to you, or yeah, it seems like it's like they want to communicate about something. Maybe that they're working really hard on their life right now with the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe they're trying to rebuild themselves. Maybe they're trying to rebuild their life to make it something that they actually are proud of. But then it follows with the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords can be quite a sneaky card, you know? So it's almost like maybe you don't fully trust this past energy. If this was a bullying type of energy that you experienced in the past, you may not believe that they've changed their ways. You may be like suspicious of this person. Yeah, I have a feeling that you probably don't trust this person. So if this person is coming back to make some sort of apology to you, I feel like you're going to be sort of blocked off emotionally from this person. I don't think you're going to be super trusting when this person comes towards you to apologize for the past. At the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. This is all about like slow moving progress that requires patience. And so maybe this person is still kind of in the works, you know? Still working on themselves. They're not perfect, you know, they haven't come out to the other side quite yet, but they're like going through the process, right? And so maybe if this is like a friendship or you know, an ex or somebody that you would like to have a good relationship with, it might just take some patience to get to that point where you feel comfortable letting that person in. It may take some patience before you know, things grow between the two of you. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's start clarifying that Sun card, because I'm really curious about that. Please and thank you. Anything else for the Sun card, please and thank you? All right, thank you. Okay. Okay. So first off, what came out was the Two of Swords and the, oh my gosh, I already forgot what it was, the Ten of Pentacles. So the Two of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles came out like this, and I found that super intriguing, right? Because they are very different energies. So the Ten of Pentacles is all about that abundance, right? That like happy home, happy life. Everything seems to be really stable, secure, and very promising. And then on the other side, we have this Two of Swords, which is all about confusion, not seeing things clearly, having to decide something here that is important, but you just don't know what path to choose, what option to choose here. And so you could be feeling stuck in between two phases of your life during this time, where it's like maybe you're clinging a little bit to, and it doesn't even have to be conscious, this could be completely subconscious, right? Where you're kind of clinging to the past confusion, that past of lacking confidence, especially when it comes to decision making and making the correct decisions for yourself. You may feel like it's not always super straightforward. And the Ace of Pentacles came out again, but it came out like this, so it's telling me it's holding you back. So like there's some sort of new beginning here and stability that you're building or trying to build, but it's almost like you're feeling some sense of resistance in the process. And so it's like, yeah, I feel like you're probably very unhappy because it feels like there's like some sense of resistance when it comes to you unlocking your dreams of this stability, this abundance in your life. What also came out was the Fool card, the Nine of Wands, and the Hermit card. And that is just like super interesting to me because the Fool card obviously is about new beginnings, being excited, optimistic, looking forward to those like new adventures, those new beginnings. The Nine of Wands is about like the wounded warrior, you know, he's been through some battles, he's built up this wall as a result of his pain from the past. And then it's like, yeah, it's like telling me this whole story, because then there's the Hermit, and it's almost like this is the story of you, right? Maybe you started out very optimistic, you know, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed sort of energy. You know, you had this optimism about you, this hunger for adventure, for new beginnings, for just like newness. But maybe that newness in the past has brought along some pain with it. And that may have been very difficult for you. And that could have even unlocked this spiritual sort of awakening within yourself. Because like it seems like you're kind of like going from this Fool card of like, yeah, let's go out, let's do it, to the Hermit card, where you're like, okay, let me actually take a step back, let me pause, let me reflect, let me find that inner voice within myself, that guiding star within. And speaking of star, the bottom of the deck is the Star card. So it's like, you know, people say that the star inside of the Hermit's lantern here is this star, the northern star, the guiding star, right? So it's like the Hermit card is about finding that guiding star, that northern star for you personally, you know, what will guide you forward, what is meant for you, and what is your path, like, you know, finding those answers within. And so like, I think you're meant for something really great here. And I think that may be something that you've learned through your spiritual journey, is that you have a bigger purpose, you know, on this earth. You know, there's a bigger purpose for you here, and you're supposed to be doing something more. And maybe that's what's also kind of getting you caught up, is like, yeah, it just feels like, you know, roadblock after roadblock in terms of like you trying to go forward with your life. And so maybe you're being called to rest during this time, to sort of like take a step back and maybe even socially isolate for a bit, you know, to focus on yourself, to focus on, I'm almost getting the message about like, you know, even if you know your purpose, even if you know the path that you're supposed to go down and all that, maybe it's something about like renewing your, this is going to sound kind of dramatic, but you know, like renewing your vows to that destiny, those ambitions, those goals that you have. It's almost like you need to remind yourself why you're doing it, because it's almost like you may be a little bit hung up on the physical parts of this path of yours. So maybe you feel like you're not getting the proper payoff that that you feel like it should be giving you. And so like, I feel like Spirit's kind of telling you to go within and find that purpose, that reason within you, not outside of you. Okay, so it seems like that's something that Spirit really wants you to do, is reflect on why you're doing it for you, not for like the, you know, the praise, the social praise, or the millions of dollars in your bank account. Like, you know, figure out why you personally want to do this path. When you find that path, you know, like it feels almost, yeah, it feels like you just need to like renew your devotion to this path, you know. It's like just reminding yourself, like, why am I doing this? What can I use as fuel during those times when I feel like the physical part of this path isn't really panning out? Like, you can't see the results in the 3D, but it's like maybe the important part is how you feel inside of yourself, or how you feel about how you're going about it, you know? Like if you're trying to spread positive messages, for example, like, and that's what you found is your path in life, is sharing positive messages with the world. You may find that like, yeah, maybe it doesn't pay a lot. Maybe it doesn't, maybe your friends and family think that it's a weird purpose to have or whatever. And so maybe you're facing these sort of outside critics, I suppose, or yeah, sort of like critics outside of you. And so maybe that's kind of making you question your path, and maybe that's making you start to not feel as strongly about that path, but it's really about finding why you want to do it on the inside. So it's like maybe your purpose that you personally find with spreading those positive messages is I get to make other people's days better. And that's your motivation, your internal motivation. Or, you know, spreading positivity. That could be enough for you to have a motivator to go out and spread more positivity to the world. And so I feel like it's almost like you're kind of recommitting not only to this path of yours, but to yourself as well. Like, what does it mean to you? Not what does it mean to the world, but what does it mean to you personally, right? I'm digging this so far. This is really cool. Okay, let's go on and clarify that Seven of Cups, please and thank you. What do we got for that, please and thank you? I don't know how I feel about that coming out like that. You know what? I like a challenge. I'll accept it. Okay. Oh, I just don't know if it was meant to come out like that, though. No, I'm gonna put it back in the deck and then I'm gonna reshuffle. Because I want to make sure that it's meant to come out like that. Okay, please and thank you. Clarifications, please and thank you for the Seven of Cups. Please and thank you. Because I want to make sure I'm getting proper messages and not just what my ego thinks is correct. Because, you know, as much as we would like our egos not to play a part in tarot readings, our egos play a part in everything in life. That's the key. We can never get rid of our egos. We can only just, you know, quiet them in the times where it's not necessary, you know? Okay, cool. Okay. So yeah, clarifying that Seven of Cups, we got the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Swords. At the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. So yeah, you're in your head about something. Revolving around options. So maybe this could even be a confusion about where your path is supposed to go in life. Maybe you're reconsidering what your purpose is, and that's totally okay. Also, I think it's important to say that we can have multiple purposes in our lives. We don't have to just choose just one. We can do so many things. Like maybe, you know, your ultimate, just for lack of a better example, you know, going back to the positive sayings or whatever I said before, you know, sharing positive messages with the world. Maybe on top of that, you also volunteer at an animal shelter, or you volunteer at a soup kitchen, or you have a hobby that you're very passionate about as well. Like, you know, it doesn't have to just be one specific thing. It could be multiple things that is our purpose. And so maybe you just have so many things in your life right now that are inspiring you, motivating you, like a million different like paths that you want to take. And maybe you're just kind of nervous and kind of overthinking it, like, how can I possibly do all these options? How can I possibly explore all these paths? You know, it's you know, confusion and muckiness, you know. And also, like with the Seven of Cups, there's a message about not everything is as it seems. So it feels like confusion is a big blockage for you right now during this time. Is like, yeah, it's confusing. It's like not quite seeing things clearly. But I love that it came out with the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is all about clarity, right? And so I feel like you're going to step into this time of Queen of Swords energy where you're like, things are going to become clear to you. Things are going to become so clear to you, crystal clear is what I'm getting. And you're going to be able to know what you want, where you want to go, how you're even going to do it, you know? Like all of those details, you're going to find them out eventually. And yeah, the Queen of Swords is like somebody that doesn't have time to be confused almost, you know, like she's like so clear-headed, so like focused on things. It's like, I almost feel almost like a sense with the Queen of Swords, like she doesn't even give in to those voices of doubt in her mind. It's almost like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm confident. I'm going to keep going down this path that I know is for me. And so I feel like eventually you're going to hit that sweet spot, right? You're going to eventually come into this time of the Queen of Swords, because eventually things are going to become clear. And maybe right now in this moment, you don't see super clearly. Maybe there's a little bit of confusion, a little bit of a haze. You can't see quite clearly down your path, but eventually you're going to. Eventually it's going to click. Eventually it's going to make sense. And honestly, sometimes our times of confusion can help our clearer times feel much more clear. And I don't know exactly how to articulate that other than that way. It's pretty much like the balance of the universe, right? So we always have dark, we always have light, we always have sun, we always have clouds, you know, like there has to be that counterbalancing of the universe. You know, there is that balance naturally. So I feel like through this time of confusion, maybe just allow yourself to be confused, you know? Like maybe allow yourself to be like, I really don't know what I'm doing right now. And like that's okay, because most of us go through those periods of time. You know, it doesn't matter how confident, how self-assured you are, you're going to have those doubts sometimes. And you're gonna have those moments of like, am I doing the right thing? Is this really for me? You know, we all have that because we're human, right? You know? And so I think really what it's saying is just to really stick with it. You know, stick with what you think is your path. And if it's not, it will fall by the wayside. And if it is your path, that will just be strengthened even further, you know? And I think it's important to just trust everything will work out in the way that it's supposed to, in a positive way. Also, with the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I'm getting the message of like, just keep going, you know, because this guy is ready to be on the move, you know. He's looking down at this ocean with all these boats in, you know, moving around, you know, going on their trips and their adventures and stuff. And he's like, yes, I want to get in on that. Like, I want to get on one of those ships and I want to go sailing around. And so it's like, yeah, I think honestly, it's just really telling you to just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward and things are going to work out. Even if you have to fake confidence or you have to fake knowing your way, because like, you know, sometimes that's required. Sometimes we just have to fake it until we make it. I know it's such a lame expression, but sometimes it works, you know. Sometimes just like, you know, or even just blindly trusting into something, you know, that can be so difficult for other people to kind of grasp and wrap their minds around, is like just blindly trusting that something's for you. But it's almost like that's kind of what I'm getting, is like, you know, just keep going and you'll find out if it's for you or if it's not for you. Eventually you'll feel like, okay, this is no longer giving me happiness, this is no longer fulfilling me the way it used to. And then maybe you redirect, and maybe, you know, maybe through this time of confusion you realize, okay, maybe, you know, positive messages are not the thing I want to do, but rather inspirational quotes. You know, it's slightly different, but like it's still kind of the same thing. So maybe like you're like, okay, I'm gonna look up like inspirational quotes and quote people, and that will be my thing, you know. And it's like maybe you just need to find your niche there, you know, find your little niche within that sphere of where you want to go, you know, because sometimes that's what those moments of confusion are really for, is like for you to recalculate your plans, because only you know what is best for you, okay? And so I feel like you have those answers within you. You just have to trust that those answers are there. And the best way to get in touch with those answers is through meditation, relaxing, resting, taking good care of yourself. So you may feel that need to step back and care for yourself during this time. And then you'll find, oh wait, you know, the way ahead is getting clear again, you know. I am now getting more motivated to do that thing, and maybe it's been some time, but now I'm getting back to it. You know, sometimes those moments of confusion, uncertainty, lack of clarity, they're so necessary for us on our journey. Okay. So Judgment card, please and thank you. Clarification. That one came out spicily. Ooh. I'm actually kind of liking this message. Okay. Go off, King, I guess. Anyways. Okay, clarifying the Judgment card. The Wheel of Fortune came out this way, which is that is very interesting. I've never seen the Wheel of Fortune come out as something that is holding somebody back. But there we are. And then the King of Pentacles came out. Queen of Wands. The World card. Four of Wands. So what I'm seeing with that Wheel of Fortune that's holding you back, I feel like it's more along the lines of like the idea of divine timing could be something that you're kind of like not jiving with right now. And by that I mean like maybe you're, well, first off, you may be a little bit too attached to timing. Because I think, you know, as humans, we all do this. We all want things to be done on our own schedule, you know, within, you know, I don't know. I just heard 6 to 10 business days. So, you know, that kind of thing, you know, it's like we want things to be done on our schedule, not what the universe sees as the best fit for us, you know. Or divine timing, you know, like divine timing works on its own calendar, you know, doesn't go according to what we think of as time as three-dimensional humans. And so that whole idea could be a sort of blockage for you, kind of holding you back during this time. And it's actively holding you back from coming into a better time, like an easier time for yourself, a time of freedom. Okay. So it's almost like this attachment to timing is constricting you and trapping you. And you feel like this need to be free, this need or this craving to be free, this craving to have things feel easy and like just a general sense of ease and like freedom to an extent. And so maybe you're feeling constricted with timing, or you're feeling too attached to the timing of something here. But it seems like, you know, things are going to be happening perfectly. I see like this King of Pentacles energy and this Queen of Wands energy. So it's like these two energies here. Here's like the masculine stable energy, mature, and then there's the feminine, confident, eye-catching, shining sort of energy. And so this could literally be energies that you're trying to balance within yourself. Maybe you're trying to find that like mature, stable energy within yourself, but maybe you're also, you know, feeling like a desire to want to move forward with things, wanting to, you know, have things go at your own pace. Because I feel like that is very much, you know, the Queen of Wands sort of energy. She's definitely a person that probably wants things done on her own schedule. And so you want to be this like wise, stable, secure person, right? But it's almost like you can't help but be human. You can't help but want things at your own pace and not wait on the universe's time for things. But it seems like the more you balance these two energies that could be within you, I feel like that's when this cycle finally closes out, this blockage for you, this time of like, when is this gonna happen? This time of like, you know, I'm getting impatient, or, you know, maybe just timing in general is just really stressing you out right now. And it seems like once you achieve a sense of balance within yourself, things are going to start clicking into place. And there's going to be an easier time moving into this new cycle, because you're closing out this old cycle. I think of like, you know, maybe holding a little bit too much of an attachment to certain outcomes or things to happen on your schedule, or things that you want to happen now rather than later. And so it's like, I'm getting the sense like it's almost like a lesson that you kind of have to learn, is like releasing your control over timing, releasing your desire for things to work out the way that you want to, instead of trusting the universe that things are going to work out okay regardless, you know? And so I feel like once you do that, you're unlocking that new door, that new phase for yourself. The Four of Wands, so you could even come to a time of being of celebrating something, you know? And this could even do with a union here. So that could be the other meaning of the King and the Queen here. The King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. This could be even a pairing between a fire sign and an earth sign. Doesn't have to be, could just be the energies that are involved, or the energies that they're embodying during this time. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know why it took me so long to think of Saggies. Okay. Yeah. Also, fixed signs seem important with this world card. So fixed signs would be Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. So that could also be a player here. Yeah, and I'm almost getting, if it is something romantic that's going on here, there is bound to be a union between the two of you. A celebration between the two of you, coming together, celebrating that. And I forgot if I showed you what's on the bottom of the deck, but it's the Two of Cups. So if it does have to do with loving another person, I have a feeling that you're going to be very happy. This is somebody that has a lot of stuff in common with you. This is reciprocal feelings. This isn't somebody that just like has a crush on you and is, and you don't really have any feelings towards them. This is reciprocal. You both dig each other. So this could be somebody that you're very attracted to during this time, and maybe you don't feel like you guys are, maybe things are not moving forward during this time, and that could be the issue with the divine timing. Is like you're getting impatient. Like, okay, is it meant to be with this person or is it not? Kind of feeling. And I feel like, yeah, the universe is kind of telling you that you are destined to find your mate in life, right? You are destined to find your soulmate. You are destined to find your perfect partner for you. And so it's like, it's really just saying again, relax. And especially for this pile that I'm getting is like, it's very much saying like, I think you need to kind of release your control over things and just enjoy the ride is what I'm getting, Like things may not be working out perfectly right now, but it will be so worth it when things finally do work out, especially if you've been waiting for some sort of romantic interest or, something else that's related to like love in general. Could be a friendship even. But I am getting pretty strong romantic vibes with this this pile. So yeah, it could very well be related to love, and that could be something that you're kind of experiencing right now is just like an annoyance at like divine timing, because trust me, I've been there. I've been there so many times. Like no matter how spiritual you are, I feel like we all struggle with divine timing, right? Because it's like we are humans. We have our egos. We have our ways of measuring things in this 3D reality, right? And when things don't match up with those measurements in our 3D world, we're like, okay, what's going on? Something's wrong. Something's not going well. But that is also the ego, right? That's saying, oh, something's wrong. Because sometimes these things happen and there's nothing that you could have done to avoid those things. There's nothing that you could have done differently. It's not that you've done anything wrong, right? It's more so that's just part of the process, right? And sometimes those parts of the process can be super frustrating. I totally understand. So let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles, please, thank you. Let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles, please and thank you. Anything else for the Ten of Pentacles? Please and thank you. Anything else? Ooh, okay, thank you. Okay. So, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, we got the Justice card. Four of Swords. Two of Wands. So, I actually quite like that because it's like telling me like this Ten of Pentacles is like your destiny, right? Justice will prevail. You will experience this abundance in your life because it's almost like, it's like spiritual justice to receive this abundance in your lifetime. So if you're feeling like this sense of like, oh, nothing's happening in terms of like my stability, my security, physical comforts in life, it's like, hang in there because justice will prevail. This is meant for you, right? There will be a balancing of the scales here. I don't know if I'm pointing at it correctly, but right there. So it's like, yeah, again, there's this call to trust. And that can be the hardest thing. I totally understand. Trust me, I understand. Four of Swords. And this is also another message that seems to be coming up quite a bit is like rest. Take time to rest yourself. You are human. You need rest. We all need to recharge our batteries, right? You know, we can't keep running off of fumes. And I understand that too, that desire, that need to keep going. But the thing is, like, when we take care of ourselves, we can bring in so much abundance, so much more clarity of mind as well. That's a whole nother thing too. Is like, if you're very confused right now, if you're very like foggy in the brain right now and unable to see things clearly, rest can be one of your number one helpers. And not to mention, I don't know if anybody else out there experiences this, but sometimes through my dreams or through my sleep state, I find solutions to my problems. And so if there is a particular problem in your life, you may find that dreams are unlocking those answers for you. So physically sleeping and being in that sleep state, you may find messages from the divine coming to you much more clear than when you were conscious. So that could be a whole nother element of this too, is like, yeah, like you probably have some sort of downloads in your sleep that you may not even realize. And so taking the time to really notice those, and, you know, maybe even keeping a dream journal could be helpful for you if you're finding things being very confusing during this time. I also really love to point out the fact that in the stained glass window, it's an image that's very similar to the Six of Pentacles, which is like somebody giving to somebody else. So it's like, when you give to yourself, the world gives to you as well. And so you never know what else, like, you don't know what other good things could happen as a result of you taking care of yourself. So that seems super important. And the Two of Wands, you know, this is very much a card of like, what's next? So maybe you're finding yourself asking yourself a lot, like, what's next? What's the next step? What do I need to do next? And I'm almost like seeing like the next step will appear when you're ready for it, you know, kind of thing. And it's like, you may not see the whole path, but maybe you see one step in front of you at a time, and that's all you truly need to keep going. So it's like, this could be, yeah, maybe you're like overthinking it to a degree. And I'm not trying to say that as an insult, because again, we all overthink. And it's almost like, I think you know what the next step is for you. Because like, again, like my collective is very in tune and very intuitive and very connected to the divine. And so it's like, yeah, I feel like you know those answers. You have those answers within you. I feel like it's just a matter of unlocking that knowledge. And again, I'm getting a message of enjoy the ride. Because the story with this dude is like, he, you know, rushed to the top. You know, he rushed to become this super important figure, but he didn't enjoy the ride. And so now that he's on top of the world, he's kind of like, oh, well, what's next? Because I've spent all my time working towards this goal, and now that the goal is here, now what? You know? And so it's like, yeah, it's important to enjoy the ride, you know? And sometimes, yeah, just allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. If you're feeling confused, allow yourself to feel confused without judgment, right? If you're feeling sad, allow yourself to feel that sadness without judgment, right? Because we all deserve a safe place to feel our feelings. You know, as long as those things don't take over our lives, right? We don't want to be embodying completely sadness 24/7. But like, if we allow ourselves to like have a good cry, eat something really yummy and watch our favorite show, and maybe that helps, right? Because like, when we lean into that sadness and take care of ourselves, sometimes that can be so beneficial for us, because it just allows us to feel those things without shame. It allows us to work through those things healthily and not in ways that we regret later on. Okay, and bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups. So I feel like, yes, the collective right now is feeling some sense of sadness. But also, again, there's this message about not seeing things clearly. You're not quite seeing things, and there could be a slight amount of pessimism, but again, like, that's perfectly normal part of being a human, right? And being on this adventure we call life. We always will encounter pessimism at one time or another. And so it's like this image here, he's looking at these 3 spilt cups of wine and stuff, and he has 2 that are still standing up behind him. And also, if you turned around to look at those 2 cups, there is a bridge in the background that leads to this town. So he can buy more wine if that's what he wants, you know? So he has no reason to really be crying over these few cups that fell over, because he has more, and he has more options as well. So it's like about seeing the bigger picture again. So that maybe, you know, in terms, like when I personally need to see the bigger picture, tarot is what helps me personally to see the bigger picture, right? Because as 3D humans, we can't see the bigger picture all the time. And we're not always meant to see everything all the time, you know, because that would be very overwhelming for a human. And so it's like this message about just like knowing that better is out there for you. You have options, you have other ways of doing things that you may not see right now, but they will come clear eventually. Like eventually, like, and this goes back to feeling your feelings, right? If he just feels his feelings and just, you know, takes the time to weep over those cups, you know, cry it out and kind of let yourself feel that sadness, eventually he'll stop crying, right? And eventually he'll walk away from those 3 of cups, and when he does, he'll see those other 2 cups. And when he does that, he'll see that bridge. So it's like, just even working through those emotions will help you down your path, you know, and maybe in unexpected ways as well. So that could be very important to you. Also, let's clarify this 6 of Pentacles, please, thank you. The Alexa, please, and thank you. What's going on with the 6 of Pentacles, please, and thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so they have a story for me here. Whoa! Holy moly guacamole. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let me just show you. Okay, this is clarifying the 6 of Pentacles. Clarified by the 7 of Wands. 2 of Cups came out. Okay. The Empress card. So you're gonna be back into your baddie energy. The Devil card. Page of Swords. The Lovers. Bottom of the deck is the 4 of Cups. So let's see. Oh, this is interesting. I'm getting a different message than I thought this was. Starting out with the 7 of Wands. This is very interesting because I'm seeing this as like somebody wants success here. I think that somebody is actually wanting to embody this 6 of Pentacles energy, which is giving to you. They want to give something to you. They want success with this. I feel like it's a sharing of emotions between the 2 of you. I feel like you have mutual feelings for each other, and this person wants to come forward with those emotions and is hoping that you reciprocate, and I think you very well might. And they see you as the Empress, this powerful, beautiful, iconic, just glowing energy, right? Abundant, like, and whether you feel this way or not, this is how they perceive you. They see you. And also, double confirmation of the Empress. I already knew you guys were the Empress, but like, this is double confirmation. You are that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, you gotta know that you're a baddie, because you are. Oh, okay. You just have beautiful energy, and I feel like this person sees that, and it's probably intimidating, right? But I feel like they're very much into you with the Devil card. But you know what? I'm also getting not just that they like you a lot, which, you know, this can be maybe to an excessive degree, but I'm almost getting like their insecurities are almost this devil in their mind. Is like, because you're glowing, because you look so effortless and effervescent and just beautiful and abundant in their eyes, it's like their inner thoughts, their inner dialogue, their inner feelings are like, oh, I'm not up to snuff, you know, I'm not as great as that person. What if they reject me? You know? And honestly, those doubts are keeping them in this mode, the Page of Swords, as if like they're just kind of like keeping back and kind of observing more. So they may be like watching your social media or something like that, and it's like, yeah, they have some sort of message that they want to communicate to you, but it's like they're nervous. There's a delay in their communication with you. And I think that's what the blockage is here, is their insecurities and the fact that they want to come forward with these, you know, these messages of love, feelings, and all that. But it's like their insecurities are playing it a part here, but also they're just staying in this Page of Swords energy, which is more of like a watcher than a actor, you know? And I don't mean it like that, but like, you know, a person that acts on these thoughts, feelings, emotions. And then the Lovers card. So it's like clearly they have to make a choice here. They have to make a decision. Do they want to come towards you and, you know, potentially experience, well, in their mind, if they don't know that the feelings are reciprocal, they may be denied and they may have to face that sort of embarrassment of being rejected. Or they could just live their life never knowing. And I feel like the divine answer, the more enlightened answer is for them to come forward regardless of those fears, right? Because being like strong, heroic, and all that is really just acting even though you're afraid, you know? Like sometimes we think that, oh, these people accomplish great things because they're not afraid, you know? They just are able to either suppress that or just not feel fear at all. But that's not the case. Oftentimes, well, as humans, we all experience fear in some way or another. And so it's like, yeah, this person probably is afraid. But like, what would be worse? Them coming forward, getting rejected, and then they finally at least know, like, okay, at least I know where I stand, or just never knowing. That would suck, I feel like. You know, like if you just waste your whole life just dreaming about being with somebody that you know you really like, but you never try to pursue them, that's gotta be a bummer, dude. Because like you never know what could have been. And I feel like that's probably what is going to be motivating this person to make the choice to actually come towards you. But right now they're stuck in this Page of Swords energy where they're kind of not really moving. They're just kind of observing, you know? And I think they're letting their insecurities kind of get the better of them right now. And that's what's holding them back from making this choice. So I think that's more of like a blockage from somebody that's around you rather than a blockage that you're dealing with directly. Because they want to give to this, they just got to choose to actually act upon it, right? Bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. So maybe there is some sort of past of either you rejecting this person or this person rejecting you. And so that could also play a part in this dynamic. I'm also getting with the Four of Cups that you may just be a person that has very strong boundaries. Somebody that's more selective about the kind of people that you let into your life, right? Especially because earlier you were represented by the Queen of Swords. So that's seen as very like no nonsense, clear of mind, clear communication, direct with communication as well. So it's like, yeah, I feel like this person could definitely be kind of overthinking, like how will they react if I come towards them with this admittance of feeling, you know? Okay, so let's clarify the Empress card, last and certainly not least. Okay, let's clarify that for the collective, please and thank you. Empress card clarification, please and thank you. Oh my goodness. Anything else for that Empress card, please and thank you? Anything else for that Empress card, please and thank you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I swear. Okay. First card out, Eight of Wands. Okay. Second card that came out, Seven of Pentacles. Chariot. Okay, so Chariot and Eight of Wands clearly are forward moving energies, right? So if this is not you, this is definitely somebody that wants to come towards you. But I'm also getting that this could very well be your next phase that you're coming into. And I think it's also important to note that we have multiple phases throughout our lives, right? So it doesn't have to be like this is the final phase of life, you know what I mean? This could be just like a phase along the road of life. And it's almost like you could be coming back into an energy of feeling more energetic, feeling more motivated, more forward moving energy even. But with that Seven of Pentacles in the middle, it's like you could have to be patient with yourself. You may even have to pace yourself. Maybe you're moving ahead very quickly suddenly, and then maybe you need some time to maybe take things a little bit slower. And then once you take things slower, you're able to go fast again. So it's like you could be finding that sweet spot for yourself, that balance of like, okay, do I press the gas or the brake right now? Like, what do I need to do to move forward during this time? And I think your intuition is going to tell you everything you need to know about that, especially because you're the Empress. And so I think you know exactly like how your body needs you to act, okay? So I think it's important not to overthink it. Yeah, and just go with that natural rhythm. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you want to go forward, you know? Just try not to overthink it to the point of like not doing what you are drawn to do or what your intuition is telling you to do. And if this is somebody else coming towards you, they have very strong communication. They have like, yeah, a very important message here to communicate with you. The Eight of Wands is usually seen as a positive message, something that makes us happy. Very quickly coming in, and also very, just very fast moving energy for that. And I do find it very interesting that there is the Seven of Pentacles in the middle, because it's almost like you may find a communication that goes on where it's almost like gas and then brake, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of like going full speed ahead, and then maybe they like back up a little bit because maybe they feel like they've overwhelmed you or something, but then they come back again. It's such a weird energy. I mean, I guess it kind of goes with like the natural flow of things, right? Because there is the ebbs and flows with life, you know, there's the back and forth energy with a lot of things. So it could be that like maybe this person comes off a little bit too straightforwardly, or like, you know, a little too abruptly, and maybe they're like, okay, maybe I need to be more patient, maybe I need to be like a little bit more chilled out, you know, maybe I need to kind of take a step back, maybe even like evaluate the dynamic here, or allow you, the collective, to kind of like adjust your thoughts and stuff to the information that this person is presenting, especially if it's feelings, which it feels like it could very well be feelings here that this person is sharing with you. And so like it seems like they're kind of like going full speed ahead, and then they're kind of braking a little bit. I don't think that they're completely stopping communication. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just like they slowed down on their communication because they're like, okay, maybe I'm being a little too much, or maybe I'm overwhelming this person, or, you know, maybe they're just even waiting for your response to that. It could even be like a message that they're waiting for you to respond to so they can kind of gauge how you're feeling. And then if it goes well, all full speed ahead again, you know, like they're ready to like move towards this. And there's like this whole nother aspect with the Chariot too, because his crown has that North Star that we see on the Star card and also on the Hermit card. And so it's like they may even feel like you are part of their purpose in some way. They're guiding light in life. Maybe you're very inspirational to this person. Bottom of the deck, I just have to show you this because this is too funny. The King of Cups was on the bottom, but then he started to slide off, and then the Star card came out again. So, yeah. Oh yeah. This King of Cups is somebody that's very loving, very emotionally available, emotionally mature, somebody that doesn't have the time or energy to play games, you know, somebody that's truly tapped into their emotions, know what they want emotionally. And so they could very well be very attracted to you, and coming towards you, sharing those feelings of emotion towards you. And I feel like they're very attracted to you right now because you're going to be stepping into this time of like shining and doing your own thing. I'm getting, it's like you're like doing your own thing. It's like you're focusing on your path, you're focusing on your goals, your aspirations and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like this person's kind of like in the background sort of admiring you for all of that. I think that you inspire somebody here. I'm getting the message that you inspire somebody to be bigger than what they thought they could be. And I think the way that you do that is simply by being yourself, by doing you, by going about your life the way that you want it to be, or like the way that you plan your future to be. It's like you're just like getting on with it. And I feel like that's such a rare quality that not a lot of people experience. So it's like maybe this person's kind of like, wow, they're really just doing the damn thing. And it's like, they're probably in awe of you. You know what I mean? That's beautiful. And also, like, it could be advising you as well to trust that love is there in terms of friends, family, connections in general, also romantically. Those kinds of romantic offers will be coming towards you, especially the more that you lean into your own power. It's going to attract a lot of people, you know, especially the more you focus on your goals, focus on your aspirations, focus on the things that you want to achieve. It will only serve as being a bright light that attracts these people to you. And just know that you're doing great things with your life, for yourself, you know, like you're destined for greatness in some capacity. You're going to make an impact in the world in a very important way. And so don't downplay that as well. Don't downplay your own significance. Don't downplay the power you have to change the world as well. So it's like, yeah, reassure yourself that you are as powerful as I tell you are, you know, like, because I feel like I always tell you guys, like, that you're super powerful, you're super capable, and, you know, you may not always feel it, but you have that within you, you know? You just got to tap into it. You got to believe it. You got to lean into that energy, you know? Because everybody else can see it. Everybody else around you can see how powerful you are, can see how wonderful you are, can see how eye-catching you are, and how you're doing great things with your life. And it only motivates them, inspires them, you know, encourages them. Like, it's beautiful. You make such an impact, and I feel like you need to know that. Okay, so that's the reading. I hope that you really enjoyed this, and I hope that it resonated for you. And if it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you get to become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee, Bees Live in Hives, and you can become an honorary bee like me. And yeah, we can be a little family of bees here. Alrighty, so thank you so much for watching this. I truly appreciate it. Also, I don't know, but like recently YouTube has not been showing my videos to like anybody, and so maybe clicking the notification button, bell, whatever it is, might be helpful if you want to be notified of my videos when I upload them, because I'm starting to upload them, I think, a little bit more frequently. So I find it weird that YouTube's kind of doing this, but oh well. But if you click the notification bell, it will hopefully notify you next time I upload, if that's something that you would like to do. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.